All right, Johan, we haven't had the best weather today, and I was just saying, what on earth is going to happen if it starts raining? If it starts raining, are we going to continue?
We're going to continue. The surface that we have is is purpose built for this. If something goes wrong like this and it's raining, not that rain is wrong, but yes, it will continue. There's good money up. The riders are hungry, so yes, we will continue.
Now, tell me about being a horse jumper. Not in regular weather, but in the rain. Does it add a whole other element to it?
Oh yeah, for sure. It depends, obviously, the severity of the rain and the angle it's coming from. A horse doesn't like water in its ears, so if you're going towards a jump and there's rain coming towards you, and the horse can shake its head a little bit. But I think once you're in there, your adrenaline's pumping, the horse's adrenaline's pumping, and yeah, you get through it.
How did you get into horse jumping?
Oi, oi, oi. I started riding when I was 7 years old. We drove past a stable yard and I saw kids riding, and I said to my mum, I want to go. And yeah, she took me, and the rest is history 36 years later.
What's the best part about horse riding for you?
Sure. There's quite a few things. There's so many downs. It takes years to prepare a horse, and horses get injured in competition. I think obviously it's fantastic if you win a major competition, but it's also nice if you take a horse and you bring a horse up from a young horse up to top level and get good results. It's very fulfilling.
What's the worst part?
Falling off.
That's what everybody's saying today. Have you had any major injuries?
I've broken my nose a bit and broken a few fingers. Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah. But yeah.
What's it like for you to know that people are betting on your horse, or to have someone betting on you? I'm sure that adds some extra pressure.
Yes and no. I mean, when you're in there, all you can do is give your best. It's not just you, it's also the horse, and the horse also got a mind of his own. So yeah, you just got to try and stay cool and keep your communication line to your horse open and free.
Now, I have a few questions for you. For people who don't know too much about horses, some common questions we usually hear when horses come up around a non-horse educated audience. The first one is, why do horses need horseshoes?
Okay, yeah, that's a very valid question. What we do is not natural to the horse. Okay, so horses, we put a horseshoe on to protect the horse a little bit from, especially if you're riding out and riding on harder surfaces, and because the horse is carrying a rider. So it's basically a protection. That's the main reason. A lot of the big trend these days, a lot of horses are jumping barefoot, especially on this surface. So it's not that they need it essentially, but it started millennia or hundreds of years ago in England, basically, when horses got footsore, and that's where the horseshoe came from, and a rider made a plan to keep his horse going. And
do horses really eat carrots and lick salt licks?
Sure.
Do they like it?
They love it.
Do horses like being ridden? I think that's something that you often hear people who aren't into horse riding ask.
Yes, again, very valid question. Some horses, I think, like it more than the others. Some horses are easier to work with. But yes, for sure, when we get to this level and the amount of years and training that's gone into these horses really, they come out and they know they're here to perform, and they do. And in my heart, I believe that, yeah.
Do you have to be like a short and skinny person to ride a horse?
No. You can be tall, big. You just need a bigger horse then, huh?
Yeah.
Horses for courses. Or for people then.
I've never seen a fat horse. Do you get them?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. But our horses are athletes, eh? Yeah. So, but yeah, there's definitely a few people that overfeed their horses.
So we're seeing the cream of the crop, really.
We're seeing the cream of the crop, for sure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.